Stafford now to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Slot receiver out of Ohio State. Many thought he was the best in this year's draft. Added to the pass rush with Derek Hall and Zach Charbonnet. Adds to an already strong backfield with Kenneth Walker.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This is 2nd and 8. Now Stafford. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, this one, CD, an interesting one to start the season in the NFC West. A lot of people think that this is the 49ers division to lose, but you caution not so fast.
Remember Seattle in 2022? A playoff team, and the Rams, they took a dip, but renewed sense of purpose, renewed sense of optimism, and 14 picks used in the NFL draft. The Rams think they can be back a lot quicker.
The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. To throw is Stafford. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this.
Not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From 21 yards away. Kick it away after the touchdown. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker in the Seattle offense. He's toppled the century mark already, receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on. Well,
they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And going right back to Walker. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 45-yard line. But now he appears to be in some pain.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, this will be Dallas.
Touchdown, Seattle. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Stafford.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be in. On 2nd and 10, Stafford.
He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield.
And he is going to lose yardage here. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the Seahawk defense gets taken down. Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on 4th down. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, time to corner play and knocked it free.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now it's the rookie from UCLA, Zach Charbonnet.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Throwing now is Geno. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now Smith. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They snap it to Smith.
Down inside the 10.
And he's brought down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first. Take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Zach Charbonnet, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offensive move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Finding room at midfield.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Now a stoppage here for an injured player, and it's David Montgomery who is struggling a bit. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Goff going to get this to Gibbs.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Here's the 12th overall pick in April's draft, Jahmyr Gibbs.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, Goff. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here.
At the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Out route. He finds his man. It's Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 45-yard line. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Goff throwing again. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's going to be about a yard or two short of the first here. He needed the 35 but didn't make it. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On 4th down, Goff to the sidelines, and Detroit has Riley Patterson out there for the field goal. Patterson's kick is good.
And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Zach Charbonnet and his teammates back to the field for another drive.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 60
To defend.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions 21. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score,
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. From the red zone now, Smith. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal as the...
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Dig in. Let's go.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Smith now to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
On second down, here's Smith. Steps away. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Geno Smith, his third touchdown of the game and fifth on. -10 at their 38. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's a second-round pick. Many scouts thought he could have gone higher than that.
And I was one of them. Even though I don't scout for any particular team, I had a first-round grade on him. And frankly, I'm surprised he lasted to the second round. They got a steal with this player.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
On the carry, Charbonnet. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 45-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. This 2nd and 4. Here's Charbonnet. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And they'll run on 3rd down to Charbonnet. And he will have the first down about the 21-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Smith on first down.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down.
It's second and 8 at the 18-yard line.
Throwing now is Gino.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
Touchdown! Corby Parkinson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
22 yards there, a first down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Young now.
Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's third down.
We talked about this Seahawk defense.
They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
But when you hold someone to just 6 points in a game, the feeling that you have among your team is you're not going to lose very many of those. That's the way to get it done.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Returnable for Lockett. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Smith.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end.
All the way in, touchdown Seattle. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate.
Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders, 43 yards.
And the Panthers have got it back to within a score.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, 42 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring.
Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now Gino on first down. He lets it fly from Lockett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Second and 10, Smith again. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
You ready to run? Get him going, baby.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Gino. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On first and 10, Smith. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's second and 10. Gino out to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Smith. This is caught. And the Seahawks are looking at first and goal as he's tackled down at the 2-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Throwing again is Smith. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case,
touchdown! Zach Charbonnet as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy not
as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here now, 2nd and 4. Again, it's Charbonnet. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And now a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll try the air now with Smith. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief. That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they were very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. Pass complete. Now race for the marker. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Obviously, the minimum goal of any fake is to get a 1st down. I think, truthfully, when you're going for a fake, you're going for the big shot. You're going for the big play. But in this case, they got more than a 1st down, and now they're really set up.
Yeah, they got a big play out of it. You're right. Now they're knocking on the door.
Because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about the defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Now here's Young. Again, that's Hurst. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, it's Young. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Here's Smith. And he's taken in by the tight end Finn. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Throwing is Smith. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
On 2nd and 10, Smith.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And this will be caught. The carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one to the field.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Young to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming out 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Young on 3rd down.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Now Geno on 1st down.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Finn.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now Smith.
That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it.
And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Smith.
Catch is made by Metcalf. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal. There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end. But right now, they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with quarterback role for the team, but he gets a full slate to do so this season. Remember, his last year in Houston, over 4,800 yards. They expect excellence from him.
Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, but it'll be second down. When you talk about this Seahawks defense, and they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked third in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typically what we might see. A lot of short passes. See if they can generate some run after the catch. But nothing doing on that one.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Well, Deshaun Watson, when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call because he can make every throw. That's not an issue at all. He has great touch delivering the football. But that mobility, that added dimension, when he escapes the pocket and those receivers find their way open, short, medium, and long, he finds the right guy. Last but not least, his toughness. He can stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver.
They go right back to him for 20 and a first. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff,
and he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Draymond Jones. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and now long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible. Now has him within throwing range of a 1st down.
Watson throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, 1st down.
Yeah, I guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
I know coaches always tell us that they make decisions about these types of plays, this type of a fake, early down expectations, and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as he's able there on 3rd and 5. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. And it's Smith and Jigba downfield. And he gets us from inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards that time. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. We're scoreless after 1. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. As they've got it as we resume action. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. They'll try and run. It's Dallas. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. 2 yards is the pickup, and the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Here's Walker, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his 2nd rushing. Back back to throw. Watson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Devin Bush in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
You can almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your third-grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This caught out left by Bell. He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And there's an example of not taking your practice work, your drill work, and turning it into game speed. You work on that all the time. 3rd and long, you want to let them make the catch, rally to the football, tackle them, short of the sticks. The pursuit there, not that great.
Yeah, not great. That may be an understatement. That turned into a big play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They work now on 2nd and 9. To throw is Watson. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Carter, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
We head toward halftime. 2nd down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. Watson now to throw. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
This is a half, but not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Watson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. And he's taken in by the tight end Fant. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing again is Smith. Completes it to Fant on the right side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive first and 10. To throw is Smith. He's got this big tight end, Fant. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. Walker now at first and 10. And down to the 41. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Dallas. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A solid pickup at 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. First and 10 inside the 30. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communicate.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First down, Browns.
From the 50, it's Watson. He shakes it off. Fights through it, now a crease. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
At the 43-yard line.
Now it's Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. Now back to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes more. right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Throwing now is Geno. Being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It was Myles Garrett that time who got in there and brought him down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Third and long, it's Smith. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Dwayne Eskridge, his first touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Geno's going to throw, and he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And able to return this one all the way out to the other side of the field across the 50. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well timed to throw is Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
It's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper there to make the grab. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing switching speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now Gino. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the ground signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Throwing now, Smith. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Off of play action, here's Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for a Seahawks touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
All the talk of Jackson leaving the Ravens this offseason was just that. Talk, as the two sides hammered out a deal that made the highest paid player in the NFL. And why would they want to separate? When he has the ball in his hands, great things typically happen.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Jackson now. His throw incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 18. So a change of possession here on the punt. So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense, and it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
When the Seahawks named Smith the starter last season, It gave him an opportunity he wasn't sure he would get again. And then he became one of the best quarterbacks in football and sustained it across a full 17 games when he comeback player of the year. Saved his career with last season.
And good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Dallas up the middle. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school smash mouth football. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
So the completion good for just 3, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Smith. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Walker. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Geno now to throw. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seeds.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is Smith. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as the tackle is made at the 28-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
First down, Seahawks.
Here's Smith. And his throw here is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On second down, here's Smith. Touchdown! Noah Fant from 17 yards. Second down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
Now Jackson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jackson. That is caught. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On second down, here's Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Throwing is Jackson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. This taken in right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now we see Noah Fant as he helps bring this offense back onto the field. That's really been a blistering start to the season for him so far. He's on pace to blow past 1,000 yards. The good receivers, it's interesting, though. You put extra coverage on them, they probably view that as a challenge. All right, I'm going to go after this. You put one guy on them, then they feel disrespected, and they want it to. So how do you cover it? Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive. This swing caught by his tight end Andrews. And the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the gun, Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. Sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. To throw again is Jackson. And he wisely will throw that one away. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now fourth down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Tucker's kick is good, and that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
At the 30-yard line.
Play action. It's Smith. Short throw to Disley. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. The final shot here before break. Smith. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Seahawks will extend their lead on the final play of the half. Skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up first and 10, just shy of the 30. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. 46 yards on the ground for him so far.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Holding offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
To throw on second down is Smith. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Smith now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, they got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top. 31.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now Gino on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Are you serious?
So a potential big play by this defense wiped out by the face mask.
And disappointing, unnecessary. They had the sack, but the officials are definitely keeping a close eye on the quarterback, especially the referee. They were able to spot that one immediately.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field out, and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Here's Smith looking to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. Inside the 35, now at the 34-yard line. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Jackson will throw again. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he is going to have a Ravens 1st down as they'll wind up getting 7 there on 4th and 3. Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. To throw is Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he gets this down to the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson. Quick slant complete to OBJ. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Got a man. It's caught. For a Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the 40s.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now. Here we go.
On first down, Smith. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already,
standard time, try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will head back home. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
things certainly going according to plan right there. I mean, the way they're advancing the football is like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. His fourth rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This take it in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And at the end of the season, not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
That one, 28 yards on the ground. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody to run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
From the 46, here's a 2nd and 7. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Here we go on 4th. Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Hand off here to Walker. And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Commanders' 24-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. After 1, 7-0. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Geno. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And that would go right up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to draw on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Escaping the pressure right. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Play action. It's Smith. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. 3rd and goal, the ball at the 10. They'll try and run Walker. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal.
Jason Myers on for the field goal.
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. Got it inside the 10. Still not first yet. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. Hawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. That was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have to...
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
2nd down, Howell now. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. But the other day they told us when we got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Short throw to Disley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room.
Touchdown! Sides out. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Here's Smith looking to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line in a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They make their second half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
55 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit hot. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now it's Lockett. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage.
End zone caught. Touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So they try for 2. 5 at the 44. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Howell. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Devin goes a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Howell. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now try to pick it up on 3rd. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Foul to the air on 1st and 10. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Another throw for Howell. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he gets it down to the 32. And quickly they get to the line. Howell throwing on 1st down here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Howell, another throw on 2nd down. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. Howell's going to throw it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Playing success in this game already. 2 touchdown catches, but that was a very dangerous throw. But you have to understand, with 2 catches already for touchdowns, they're going to try and force it to him at times as well.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
Flushed out right. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing now, Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 20 on the air. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not